I don't know who I am anymore. I mean, I get up, go through the motions, smile when I should, nod when expected. But underneath it all, there's this emptiness, like I'm living someone else's life.
Or maybe you've simply grown too far from your truth. That ache you feel, it's not emptiness. It's your soul tugging at your sleeve, whispering, "Remember me."
But how do I remember something I never really knew? I've lived by expectations, family, work, society. They told me what mattered, and I listened. I built my life on borrowed beliefs.
Borrowed doesn't mean permanent. You're allowed to return them. You're allowed to unlearn. What if the real you has been waiting patiently under the noise?
What if I dig and find nothing? What if I'm just hollow?
Then let that be your beginning, not your ending. Sometimes we must reach the silence to hear ourselves again. What do you value? Not them, not the world, you.
I don't know. I thought it was success, approval, being liked. But they feel so brittle now. They crack under pressure.
Because they were never yours to carry. Try again. Think smaller, think slower. When were you last proud of yourself? When no one else was watching?
When I stayed kind, even when it hurt. When I told the truth and risked being misunderstood. When I said no and finally meant it.
There. That's where your values live. In the moments that feel like coming home. Not applause, not perfection, but alignment.
So, my values are already inside me, buried maybe, but breathing?
Always. They're the quiet instincts, the sacred discomforts, the lines you refuse to cross. They're not taught, they're revealed.
And all this time I thought I was lost, but maybe I was just misaligned, listening to everyone but me.
Exactly. This isn't about reinventing yourself, it's about returning to yourself, about honoring what your body softens into, what your heart pulses for.
It's scary, stripping away everything that isn't real. What's left when I stop performing?
What's left is you, raw, honest, unpolished, and that version, that's where freedom begins.
I want that freedom, even if it costs comfort, even if it means losing what once felt safe.
Then you're already on your way. Let discomfort guide you. Let doubt become your compass. Because underneath it all, you've always known.
I've always known, I just forgot how to listen.
And now, you're listening again. Welcome back.
So, where do I go from here?
You live, not to impress, not to prove, but to express, to align, to love, starting with yourself.
It sounds simple, but it feels sacred.
Because it is. And every time you choose your truth, you come home a little more.
Then maybe I'm not broken, just unfolding.
Exactly, and that unfolding, that's your becoming.